Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your love, romance, relationship reading for the first half of October 2019. I am Heather from the Crystal Vein Tarot. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for joining me today. Not all of these messages will resonate with you. Take what fits and make note of those that don't, as they may become useful to you in the near future. And also check out the readings for your moon, rising, and Venus signs if this reading doesn't resonate. I have provided a link below for your convenience where you can find out those placements in your chart. I only post these readings on YouTube, so if you enjoyed or were inspired by this reading, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and comment down below, as I would love to hear from you. Now let's get started and see what messages and energies are around you for the first half of October 2019, Sagittarius. So, dear Spirit, what messages do you have for Sagittarius for the first half of October 2019? I'm not sure if you can see my shuffling. Dear Spirit, what messages do you have for Sagittarius for the first half of October 2019? Dear Spirit, what messages do you have for Sagittarius for the first half of October 2019? Okay, here we go. Okay, the first card is the Page of Wands, and that is followed by the Five of Swords, and then we have the Six of Wands, followed by the Seven of Swords, and finally we have the Nine of Swords, and that is followed by the Two of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Four of Pentacles, and that is your overall energy for the first 2 weeks of October. So just give me one moment, please, Sagittarius. What's really standing out is that there are a lot of swords in this reading, and swords are that's air energy in astrology. It represents Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and it's all about intellect, and it's your words, thoughts, those things create your reality. And they're also your superpower, so use them wisely. That's a big message with swords. And swords also represent being understood, and that being understood is the most important thing to you. So when someone does come into your life and that someone knows how to communicate with you, that forms an instant connection with that person. So that's just an overall thing about the swords energy. Let's see. So with the overall energy being the Four of Pentacles, so that can be, it's often considered, especially in a career, money, success reading, it is considered almost like a card of hoarding. You're protecting all of your assets. But in a love reading, it's more about a desire for long-term security. So right now you might be feeling like if you're in a relationship, you might not be feeling very secure about it. There could be some kind of insecurity. It doesn't even have to be about the relationship specifically, but there's an area in the relationship that you might be feeling a little insecure about. It can also be, if you're single, you could just be feeling insecure about relationships in general, that maybe you're feeling like you don't deserve it, or it's never going to happen for you. So you don't have that confidence in that the universe is looking out for you, and that there will be someone coming into your life. And so that could be another way if you're single. And I really feel like the message here in that Four of Pentacles is it's Spirit telling you that you need to release that insecurity, and you have that desire for long-term security, but it's like the laws of attraction right? If you're insecure and you're not exuding confidence, you're either going to attract someone who can prey on that insecurity, or you will completely repel something positive coming into your life. So Spirit is telling you to kind of let that go and just trust that it will come. And I really feel like that's the overall energy for the first 2 weeks of October. Because then, you know, we start off with the Page of Wands here. And wands, I mean, I love the wands. They're all about creativity, passion, desire. They're fire, they're hot, right? It's that, with the astrology signs, the wands are your Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I mean, this is your energy too, right? And the wands are about all of your wants and how you protect your interests. And in a love reading, we're looking at the Page of Wands, and pages are all about messages coming in. And so it's something new coming in, and something that has that creative spark, or really makes you feel creative. It's someone that can really, it's someone that can really inspire you and kind of, you know, set your heart on fire a little bit. So, you know, that's the energy that's around you. And but that's being clarified by the Five of Swords. And I feel like Five of Swords can be about, it can be negative. It can be a negative card in that it's about bullies, theft, abusive relationships. So this could be a past energy that you've come from, and it could be something that could be why you're a bit closed off. But it's also a positive thing though about the Five of Swords is that Five of Swords it's necessary. Or it is a victory. It is still a one victory. So this would be your energy here, and it's winning, but at what cost? You see the people that are the foes that have been defeated, and these could have been friends of the person, right? So it's something has happened in the past where you might feel like you've been cheated, or someone else has cheated you out of something. And that could be part of the reason why there's that feeling of hanging on to your heart so tightly, and but still and that desire for long-term security, because perhaps that wasn't there before. And you know, again, I do really feel like, and I'm really getting from that Four of Pentacles there, that if you just trust the universe. That's the message behind it, is just trusting the universe that is coming in, that long-term security, or that opportunity for a long-term security is coming in. And it's kind of like with this energy here, because this is also followed by the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands, it's a card of success. This is a card that it's victory. So it's recognition, it's good news, it's success. This person, like in the typical reading, this is the soldier coming home and from a successful battle, and he's receiving accolades. There's a parade in his honor. And so this is, you know, if you can release that feeling like you need to hang on tightly or hoard your heart away from others, and you give that opportunity for that Page of Wands energy to come in, that you will be met with success, that you will be rewarded for that. But there's also that opportunity, and if you don't, and I'm just really feeling like this whole bottom row, the clarifiers are that whole feeling of if you don't, like if you don't listen to Spirit, if you don't follow that, if you hang on too tightly to your heart, even though you want that secure relationship, if you're hanging on too tightly so nothing can come in, that this is kind of what's coming in there, this is what's going to happen, or this is a possible outcome, or not even that it's an outcome, but this is because Swords energy is all about your thoughts, that this is where your mind is going to be at, and you need to change that way of thinking, because the next is the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Wands is being clarified by the Seven of Swords. And Seven of Swords, it's a card about theft and betrayal, dishonesty. It's also a card about running away. And you know, it's so in your head you may have, or you may actually have even have been betrayed before, and you might have had a battle where you might have been the successor in a relationship, but now maybe you want to run away from that, because following the Seven of Swords we end up with this Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is, this is that person that they're staying up at night, they're full of worry. They have nightmares, anxiety, grief, depression, but again, it's a Swords energy. So this is in your head. So it could be something has happened, or you're feeling a certain way, or something's happened, or maybe you've been attracted to a certain type of person in the past, Sagittarius, and those relationships haven't worked out. So now you're worried. You're worried that if you give your heart to someone that might be coming in, you're worried that all that's going to happen again. But that's not necessarily the case. It can also be, this is also a card about turning a molehill into a mountain, where it's in your head, it's a lot bigger than what it actually is. And that's the Nine of Swords energy. And it's clarified by the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is very similar to the Eight of Swords insofar as you see she's blindfolded. She's holding two swords. Two of Swords is about a decision. And again, being air energy, it is and about your thoughts. This is a dilemma, a choice you have to make, and you're playing it over in your head over and over. And these two decisions, like, both seem right now, they seem equally the same in terms of pros and cons for you. And but the key message with the Two of Swords is that it's time to compromise or make a decision. And being stuck and feeling like you can't make a decision because you don't have all the information. You see the moon in here, and the moon, doesn't shine as brightly as the sun. So things are still in the dark. There are still secrets. There are still things that are hidden from you. Unlike the sun illuminates everything. Nothing can hide from the sun. That's truth will out, right? And so with this, you know, there could be things that you're unsure of, or you don't know, which is again why that blindfold is there. But you need to make a decision, and I really feel like that decision though is, you see, there's the darkness and then there's that light, and so the restriction or that inability to make that choice is being self-imposed to a degree. You're stuck in your head, and with the moon being there too, and moon is also about intuition. It's trust your gut. Maybe give yourself a break from your thoughts and trust your feelings. Trust what is deep in your heart. And that's going back to that Four of Pentacles, that overall energy of not hanging on to your heart so tightly and opening it up. And you will be rewarded if you do that. And it's making that decision, following that gut intuition, that gut instinct, and that will lead you to that path right there, that ray of hope, that little bit of light that's coming in, and that your instincts and your gut feeling will illuminate that path for you. And you need to trust in that, and you need to trust in spirit, that spirit has your back, that the universe has your back. So that concludes your reading for the first half of October, Sagittarius. Please join me again for the second half of October that I will be posting in approximately 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching me. Lots